Key Teeters on location in the new courtroom at the Pennington County Justice Center. Our Key to the City today brought to you by the community-minded folks at Bergen Travel, where your dream vacation begins. In the courtroom for the very first time today, the spectator gallery behind us and in front of us, you see the judge's bench, all of the audio and technical work that's gone into this piece. There are two of these courtrooms in our new facility. And really the reason we're here today is to welcome the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Lori Shervin Gilday, to Thief River Falls. And Justice Gilday, how nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's great to see you here. It's great to be here in this beautiful new Justice Center.
Does it amaze you? You've been in a lot of courtrooms.
This is very, very nice. I love that there are all the computer terminals. Now that we are in the world of the electronic case record, it's very, very important that the judge and the court staff can access the documents and have those computer terminals readily available. Is really important. So it's beautiful. The workers are still working here as we came up the stairs, and they're doing great work.
It's very busy today. And of course, the reason that Justice Gilday is here is because we're going to be hearing an event tomorrow at Lincoln High School, actual oral arguments in a Supreme Court case.
Yes, we'll be hearing State versus Robinson at the high school. There'll be about 800 students there from 11 different high schools here in the northwestern part of the state.
And 3 tribal nations as well. It's really interesting to welcome so many different students to the high school. The reason you bring it all the way out here, all the way to Greater Minnesota.
Well, we are the Minnesota Supreme Court. And the courts in Minnesota, I think it's really important to remember that courts in Minnesota don't belong to judges and lawyers. Courts belong to the people. So it's incumbent on us as members of the court system to come out into the community and talk with members of the public about what we do, what their courts do. And the high school traveling oral argument program that the Supreme Court has had since 1995 is really one of the ways that the Supreme Court tries to do that, try to engage the public on the work of the court.
And it's a tremendous homecoming, too, because, of course, Justice Gilday, you're from Northwest Minnesota.
Yes, I'm from Plummer, and I know that all of your viewers know where that is, so it's very exciting for me to be home. My community is incredibly important to me, and the Supreme Court is very important to me as well. And so to have those two things intersect and for me to be able to introduce my community to the court and my court to the community is really important to me.
You know, I think there's always a question, what does the state Supreme Court do? Is there a way to put that in simple or short terms?
Well, there's essentially 3 parts to our job. We decide cases. We decide which cases we're going to decide, and then we have administrative responsibilities. We're the highest court in the state, so we have administrative responsibilities over the branch of government.
And what the Supreme Court decides sets precedent for law in the state of Minnesota.
Yes, we do. We are the last word for all cases involving issues of Minnesota state law.
And will you decide this case immediately after oral arguments tomorrow?
We will not make a decision on the case tomorrow. That would be our typical process, would be to have oral argument and then go back into the conference room and decide the case the same day. But because we're on the road, we won't be doing that tomorrow. We'll be going with the students and spending some more time with them after the argument. So we'll decide this case after we get back to St. Paul.
Okay. Justice Gilday, it has been wonderful to meet you. Welcome to Thief River Falls.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for being here as well. From the new courtrooms at the Pennington County Justice Center, for Bergen Travel, I'm Key Teeters.